ওয়াজ আ ওয়ান্ডারফুল এক্সপিরিয়েন্স। এরকম ব্র্যান্ডের ওপরে আলোচনা যত বেশি হবে ততই আমাদের জন্য মানে সবার পক্ষে অনেক বেশি ইনফরমেটিভ হবে। এবং এখন এভরি ডে উই আর রিভলভিং। কোভিডের পরে সিচুয়েশন হ্যাজ চেঞ্জড। সো যত বেশি আমরা একে অপরের সাথে কথা বলে জানতে পারবো আমাদের নিজেদের জন্য অনেক বেশি ইনফরমেটিভ হবে এবং অনেক শেখার মাধ্যম এগুলো। আমার এখানে আসতে পেরে খুব ভালো লেগেছে যে আমি আসতে পেরেছি। আই এম থ্যাঙ্কফুল টু দি অর্গানাইজেশন হু হ্যাজ কল্ড মি। Really grateful. Thank you.
Services, or whether even as Anish was telling about personal brand, right? Whenever we talk about branding, we always talk about consumer branding. That is visible, that you can see, that you can touch, that you can feel. It is, everybody understands that. But when it comes to services or even B2B or personal branding, then the branding process has to be slightly different. You cannot really go and advertise the brand. There, the objective is to make or showcase yourself as a expert, right? There you will have to distribute the knowledge in a free manner to the public, so that public understands that you have that domain expertise, right? When I talk about Mr. Runta, right, he's here. So can CAs really go and advertise themselves? As much as my knowledge goes, it is legally not allowed. But how can the CAs actually advertise themselves by keeping themselves within the realm of the laws as defined by the CA Institute, right? You simply go online, create videos showcasing your knowledge, and if you simply go there and showcase people that yes, this is what I know, give them case studies that this is what I did, this is how I solved this particular problem, people start believing on you, people start trusting on you. When it comes to services, you cannot really touch and feel before placing the order. But what do you really know? If I have a trust, यार मैं इनके पास जाऊंगा तो my problem will be solved. So I place my order based on trust. So use these multiple platforms. In this particular case, as Gaganji was saying, that digital marketing did not really work so well for him. So yes, it might not have really worked for his product or his service. But when it really comes for services or creating a brand which can imbibe trust, then I believe digital marketing is the way to move ahead, where you distribute knowledge, talk to people, connect with them on social media, on multiple platforms, and make yourself an influencer for that particular domain or service that you are offering to people.
Abhishek ji, you are here but you haven't spoken as yet. Doesn't matter, everyone is part of the
share
family.
the opinion, so you can also share your opinion.
You are one of the early movers, and very early age you started doing whatever you are doing now. So you may be having your own ideas at the back of your mind to build a brand.
So my understanding of branding is pretty simple. Is that if people talk behind your back about your brand passionately, about your company, I think you have built a brand. Anything else, I won't consider it as a brand. So what results in people talking about you or advocating you or believing in you when you are not present in the room, that is very critical. And therefore, in my understanding, branding starts not before a person buys the product. It starts after the person buys the product. So what experience you deliver, how you become memorable for the person. Even if the person has bought or not bought, let's be upfront. Like there are a lot of products you have not bought, but you keep talking great things about it, right? So I'm sure everybody in this room, everybody is not running a Mercedes, right? But अगर कोई आपसे पूछे यार कौन सी गाड़ी खरीदनी चाहिए, मेरे पास बहुत पैसे हैं, सबसे पहले आदमी बोलेगा Mercedes खरीदना चाहिए. For some odd reason, like India में, fortunately in eastern part of India specifically, that brand has caught people's fancy. So people talk about that brand, even if the owner of Mercedes is not in the room, even if you don't know him personally, right? And I think there are a lot of such brands that you talk about, even if you have not used it, not consumed it, right? And if you have consumed it, that a person should become an advocate, and that is the bare minimum. If it is not happening, then you are just spending for transactions. So I have been a big fan of performance marketing. कि 10 रुपए खर्चा करो पर क्लिक, 1000 रुपया खर्चा करके कस्टमर आएगा, 2000 रुपये का बाई करेगा, 1000 रुपये आपका प्रॉफिट होगा, right? So I have been a big fan of that, right? And that is great, but it becomes a transactional relationship unless the customer who comes, he continues to advocate your brand, and you get more customers because of that one customer. And then eventually there is a critical mass, which means that in a room 5 people talk about your brand, and then eventually you become the choice, because people believe in you even if they have not met you, if they have not heard about you, if they have not dealt with you, if they have not used your product. I think that is, in my understanding, is brand.
That's a really good insight. Now I'll move over to Anishji, who has been keeping silent for so long. You are also into service sector. You don't have your products. You basically distribute and deliver other products. As you rightly mentioned, community farmer. So how different is the kind of brand exercise that you should undertake compared to other, maybe who are directly linked to their TG, selling their product, have their own brand?
No, it is the same for us. हमारा भी एक TG है.
No, as Mr. Lungta just mentioned, that it's more important that people should talk about it, the kind of experience they have.
I think Abhishek bhi has summed it up, simply the entire conversation. And during the course of this event, I would also want Abhishek here to take some moment on how he went through rebranding the IndusNet brand to INT. I think that is also a very good case study. In fact, we took a lot of learnings from IndusNet converting to INT. And when we rebranded सबसे सस्ता दुकान to tablet, हमने color tone से लेकर बहुत कुछ use किया था.
Anish, I remember this wonderful campaign which went viral. A friend of mine who got the Amit Sen. So what happened is, when you talk about performance marketing, that was a case of performance marketing. A friend of mine asked me, because does tablet deliver to, he stays in a village in Ballapur, which is quite a little far away from Shantiniketan. So I told Anish about it. And my friend was not willing to believe that. बोला कि होते ही पारे ना बोलचे. I think Anish told me guaranteed. And that is what happened. It was delivered, remember?
I didn't know, right? So he placed the order randomly, and randomly it got, just as a part of process, it got delivered.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I got a message from Sunil ji, I got a message from Alkesh bhaiya that, so and so, that person kind of raved about the service, if I can use that word.
Yeah.
Basically because the expectation that generally was there, and just to extrapolate into what Abhishek bhaiya said, कि आपके पीछे बात होना चाहिए, I would also add wow factor. Did you give that wow experience? So in Amit Das case, what happened was, उनकी expectation setting e-pharmacy से एक certain level पे थी. Low नहीं बोलूँगा, एक certain level पे थी. और हमने उस पे over deliver किया.
Over deliver किया because वो बोला कि मैं कितने दिन का order दिया हूँ, कोई deliver नहीं किया. तो तुम्हारा case and you delivered on time. So that was performance marketing जो बोलते हैं ना, उसका बोलते हैं.
So technically that is not what I typically call performance marketing, but I understand what Sunil ji is saying is, boss तूने performance दिया, तो तेरा marketing हुआ. Right. So, sorry Ritik, what was your question?
How different is brand building in your case, the type of business model you operate?
Yeah. So, let's first understand the other side of the story. The Pharmizis, the 1MGs, the Netmeds of the world. आप सब relate कर पाते हैं, मैं नाम लेता हूँ क्योंकि brand है. So first of all, they are pretty successful brands from that perspective. इसीलिए मैं आते ही introduction में बोला we are the Pharmacy of. It becomes easy and relatable, right? They are good, successful brands. Well, their market is different, and when they address their target group, they understand the need of the target group in the metros and in the certain age group, people who are tech savvy, people who are relatively younger, and people who have more functional needs. So building the entire identity of the brand revolves around those features, which they have successfully done. In our case, in Tablet's case, I am dealing with a consumer जिसका बेटा अभी शहर में आ गया है नौकरी करने, इसीलिए वहाँ पे कोई नहीं है उसके लिए दवाई खरीदने के लिए. He probably has arthritis, इसीलिए he can't walk a few kilometers or to the next town to buy the medicine, right? So while we are building our brand, the identity around it, the feeling around it, whatever attributes or technical jargons we use around it, we are keeping in mind those aspects which are very different from pharmacies मेट्रो बेस्ड कस्टमर्स है। मेट्रो में कस्टमर इसलिए खरीद रहा है क्योंकि वो एक एमएनसी में नौकरी करने जा रहा है, उसका समय नहीं है ऑर्डर करने का या दुकान में जाने का, वो घर से निकल के गाड़ी में बैठता है पार्किंग में और सीधा ऑफिस के पार्किंग में, ही डजंट गो टू ग्रोसरी शॉपिंग एज वेल, राइट। मेरा टारगेट कंज्यूमर का ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, उसके पास समय बहुत है, उसके लिमिटेशंस कुछ और है। सो वी एड्रेस पॉइंट वन दैट। Secondly, what we do differently, what other companies in metros don't, उनका TG हमारा TG being different, we address the factor of trust and credibility much more than they do in their branding. So, because in a smaller town or village, in a senior aged user, so just for example, 11% of my users, tablets users, are above the age of 70. And when I say users, I'm not meaning the person who is taking the pill. I'm meaning the user who's actually transacting with us. हमारे कॉल सेंटर पे जितने भी हजारों कॉल आते हैं महीने के, उसमें 11% यूजर 70 के ऊपर है. Therefore, the call center is designed, the experience is designed in a way which gives that user a wow. एक example है, and I got this as an advice from a good businessman, gentleman. बात करते हुए उन्होंने अच्छी advice करी, and I followed it, and it became part of my brand experience. During the month, randomly, and also during when the order transaction is taking place at our call center, हम उनको पूछते हैं, सर तबीयत पानी ठीक है ना, मतलब in Bengali, however, you know, सब भालो तो सर आपने चलছে भालो चलছে, whatever be the, there is a proper script that is provided just to give them a wow, and that's brand for me. So this is the nuanced differences in spite of the category being same. And क्योंकि हमारा human interface है, community partners हैं, they have been trained and you know in such a way that they are able to pass on some part of this brand experience to the consumer. It has to be consistent across my mobile app or the call center or across when my delivery boy is servicing, because early on in the journey मेरे एक delivery boy service किया और कस्टमर ने मीनवाइल ऑनलाइन पेमेंट कर दिया था, एंड वी डिड नॉट हैव दिस सिस्टम वेयर द डिलीवरी बॉय रियल टाइम न्यू कि ऑनलाइन पेमेंट बीच में हो गया क्या, एंड डिलीवरी बॉय ने उसको 4 बातें सुना दी एंड वहां पे एक बड़ा कमोशन हो गया. इट वाज अ लर्निंग फॉर अस. सो वी फोकस कि भाई डिलीवरी बॉय का जो एक्सपीरियंस है, जो टोन में वो बात कर रहा है, दैट इज सिमिलर कि जो मेरा कॉल सेंटर में बात कर रहा है. सो जस्ट ब्रांड कंसिस्टेंसी इज अनदर पार्ट ऑफ ब्रांड बिल्डिंग. दैट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अस एंड द अदर प्लेयर्स.